I'm Liz Lang, and you're watching Alpha Mom TV. Hi, I'm Liz Lang. Today I'm joined by some very exciting guests. These are women and moms who were inspired by their own motherhood to start their own businesses. I can't wait to meet them. Today I'm joined by four very successful, passionate, and determined women. They all share in common that after the birth of their own children, they were inspired to start businesses that seek to support, connect, and inform other moms and moms-to-be. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. Now let's have all these wonderful moms introduce themselves.
I'm Erica Lyon, and I'm the director of Real Birth, New York City's childbirth education and postpartum support center.
I'm Katie Fogarty. I'm one of the co-creators of Playgroup Productions.
And I'm Megan O'Hara, her partner, in The Real Deal on Breastfeeding, which is a resource for mothers to give them all the practical and emotional support they need in the difficult time when you're just learning how to breastfeed.
I'm Marissa Thalberg, founder and president of Executive Moms, an organization which provides networking, support, and unique resources for women who are both mothers and professionals to help them thrive in both roles.
Ladies, I've asked you all here to join me today because although of course we know that being a new mom is a very exciting time in your life, it's also kind of a frightening time and an isolating time for many moms. But yet during this critical time, you all managed to start new businesses, which is also a daunting thing to do at any point. So help us understand how you do it. Let's start with what inspired you to start your business. How did you all get started? Erica.
What inspired me to start Real Birth was I had a really great job, and I was running the childbirth education and postpartum support programs at the Elizabeth Seton Childbearing Center, and the hospital that backed that clinical facility decided to close it down, and essentially I got laid off and had no job and really wanted to keep doing what I was doing. And felt like, well, I've been running these programs for a long time, and this community resource is really established and just kind of got thrown away. So I want to continue doing this. And it was much more sort of looking around and realizing I'm not going to be able to get a job doing what I love. So I'm going to have to go out there and make it.
Well, that's very inspiring, really. What about the two of you?
Meg and I are old college friends and had our first two children basically at the same time and shared a lot of the sort of the ups and downs of becoming new moms. And when we had our second, we were both a little nervous about breastfeeding again because we had a bumpy start the first time, and it was a lot harder than we thought it would be. And we said there should be something out there that helps new moms succeed at this and helps them really hit the ground running. And we combined our backgrounds, Meg's background in film production and entertainment production. I have a background in television, a master's in broadcast journalism, and said, let's create the resource that's missing. Let's give women the information that they need. And so we conceived the idea of The Real Deal on Breastfeeding.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was also you don't know how many kids you're going to have. And for me personally, too, the first experience with breastfeeding just did not go well at all. I barely made it to 3 months, and there were all these contraptions that I had to use. And it was heartbreaking, and I knew it was going to be heartbreaking, but I didn't quite realize it until I had my second. And then I really understood what I was missing. And it was that sort of very practical experience and practical heartbreak that we very much wanted other women to avoid. And that was sort of the birth of our business. And it's been great.
That's phenomenal, and I think we all know as moms and all the moms out there how hard breastfeeding is, and it's not always spoken of or taught correctly, and you think it's going to be something that you can just do, and it's certainly not, so that's great. Marissa?
Well, similarly, you ask about inspiration, and I think what I found was Executive Moms was absolutely born out of what started as a very personal need. I had my daughter. I did find the beginning of motherhood very challenging. Just when I was starting to get my footing, I was about ready to go back to work. And one of the interesting things for me, even being based in New York, where you think so many women work, is that I wasn't finding the other women like myself with whom I really wanted to feel that sense of support and connection, so that I could feel just a little bit more equipped to handle this balance that I was going to be accomplishing throughout the rest of my life. And so the more I talked to people and said, well, where is something like this for me to join? The reaction was, I don't know, but we need it and you need to go start it. So inadvertently, I wound up giving birth again, is how I felt about it. Perhaps we all felt that way, to a bouncing baby organization.
Thank you for joining me today. I hope you found this conversation as informative and inspiring as I did.